To every soul traveler watching right now, thank you. Thank you for helping create a community where people can speak openly about death without fear, shame, or silence. If you haven't already subscribed and become part of this growing space for healing and truth, I am Janae of Living Truth, and I'll see you in the next story.
Good morning, soul travelers. Sorry for the late post. I know I'm supposed to post every Monday and every Friday, and today is Tuesday. I'm very late. I'm so sorry. I am really trying to be consistent here. I apologize. Please forgive me. So anyway, today's video is brought to you from a creator called at Gabs and Giggles. Gabs and Giggles. Gabs in Giggles. I will leave it in the description. If you'd like to follow the creator, please do. So I have not watched this one yet, and this young lady is telling a story time on how her mom passed away. I'm sure this is going to get very emotional. So if you need to, please check in with yourself. Take a break if necessary, or go ahead and skip to the next video, okay? Take care of yourself. Make sure you protect your peace always. Let's get started.
We're visiting my little cousin and aunt in California for Thanksgiving when my mom was telling me how her hemorrhoids were acting up and how it was just like really uncomfortable down there. I'm like, okay, Mom, like, well, you just need to be at home, and when we get home, like, you can just soak in the bath and things of that sort. We were having a really good time, you know, everything was normal. We were riding roller coasters. We went to Knoxbury Farm. Like, we were just having a great time. And then when we were catching the Greyhound bus back home, my mom, she couldn't even sit down. Like, it was so much pain back there in her rectum that she was like laying on me. Like, she couldn't even like sit down. Like, it was very painful. So
I've never had hemorrhoids, but just imagine being in that much pain and having to ride the Greyhound bus back to where you live. Like, this poor woman, I can't imagine. That had to be so miserable, so uncomfortable.
As we got off the bus, I went to the pharmacy. I got hemorrhoid cream. I had got Epsom salt, you know, just to try to make her, you know, help her feel better. That wasn't working, and she then said that she wanted to go to the hospital and get it drained. She had got the procedure done before, so she said, oh no, I just need to, you know, drain it. So they admitted her into surgery, and the doctor said that there was a lot of drainage and, you know, a lot of pus and just blood back there, so that they were going to hold her in the hospital for a few days. She then ended up being in the hospital for 4 days. She was on different antibiotics, different medications, and you know, like, she just was feeling sick. She couldn't eat. Like, I would bring food and, you know, she couldn't eat the food that I brought. Like, even if she would be like, you know, get us some oregano's, and then when I finally had brought it, like, she didn't want it. She then called me and told me to go to the pharmacy and pick up her medication and that she was being released. And, you know, we just drive home. I told her, like, well, Mom, like, you know, you should take a bath and, you know, just wash that hospital off. Oh, then lay in your bed. She was like, oh no, I'm just so tired. I'm just so drained. She was like, I'm just gonna get in my bed and rest right now. When she was in the hospital, she could not rest properly because, you know, the nurses are coming in and out. And so I helped her put her nightgown on, and I, you know, just give her some privacy, and then I think, like, let me go check on my mom. Not even an hour later, you guys, my mom is in the bed, and she is completely unresponsive, and she's like, her eyes are open. It's like she's not responding. And I'm like, mom, and she's not responding. I call 911, and then they're like, like try to do CPR on her. They're like, try to do CPR, try to do. And I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, she was just at the hospital. How are you at the hospital for 4 or 5 days and then they release you and you come home and you're dead? Just like, I'm telling them.
That's crazy to think she was released from the hospital only an hour before that, and now she's dead. What? That kind of trauma has to be so hard. I can't imagine what that
just came back
like
and she said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry, but your mom doesn't have a chance. Like, she's not gonna make it.
I could see how, as a child, you would blame yourself for that.
Like, I'm just like, I don't know, like, the ambulance is here, all that. So then my dad, like, comes, like, literally, like, in 5 minutes. Like, he's like, there immediately. And we were just chasing the ambulance down the street. Just chasing the ambulance. So we get to the hospital and she's just, hooked up to all these machines. They're trying to figure out what happened. They don't know what happened. So she's basically, at this point, she's on life support. Like, they're like, without these machines, your mom is dead. Without these machines, your mom is dead. They then put her in a medically induced coma. They were still trying to figure out what happened. Nobody knew what happened, you guys. An hour after leaving the hospital and somebody is dead. What the fuck? Even the doctors are like, what the fuck happened? Like, of course they didn't say it like that, but they were like, what happened? They were trying to think maybe it was medication, maybe it was something that happened wrong at the hospital. We don't know what happened. So then a few days later, maybe like a day or two later, they end up transferring her back to the same hospital that she was originally at. They transferred her back to the same hospital. Because at first, she was at the nearest emergency room and they transferred her back to the other hospital. Maybe 2 to 3 days after she was on the life support machine, they tested her for COVID and she was positive. And they basically said that, she had COVID. The purpose of the medically induced coma was to see if after her body was resting, if she would then wake up. I was my mom's next of kin, so I just wanted to hear everything that everybody had to say before I just had to take my mom off the machine. I wanted to talk to the doctors, I wanted to talk to the cardiologist, I wanted to talk to the neurologist, I wanted to talk to everybody just to see, I was still trying to hold hope, I was trying to hold hope. I was like, there's no way, God is not doing this to me. This is not gonna be my story. My mom's gonna wake up. I was there, well, after she wakes up, we're gonna change our diets. Guys, my mom went into cardiac arrest 3 times. So the first time was when I found her. The second time was in the ambulance, and then third time at the hospital. So she went into cardiac arrest 3 times. I don't know if she, had some heart problems, or it could have been anything. But they just said that she wasn't getting any oxygen to her brain, and the majority of her brain was basically fried. And they said that she had Sleeping Beauty syndrome, which is where the section of your brain that wakes you up is damaged. The neurologist came back and she said, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry, but your mom doesn't have a chance. She's not gonna make So from that point on, it was just about when I was gonna have to take my mom off, like when I felt comfortable to take my mom off, which, you know, nobody's ever ready or never comfortable. But after 13 days, I then took my mom off the life support machine. And then that's when she was gone. So honestly, there's like multiple ways like my mom could have died. She could have died from like malpractice at the hospital. She could have had complications with her surgery, like underlying health issues, which made like the COVID attack her system way harder. I don't know, you guys. I'm still like trying to fully understand. All I know is that my mom went into the hospital for a hemorrhoid removal. She was there for 45 days being monitored. I brought my mom home, and an hour later, I found her dead in her bed. And, yeah.
That one was really intense. That's how the video ends. She just kind of ends it like that. But this poor baby, I really hope that she does do some counseling, because there's going to be a lot of guilt that she's dealing with, which you heard her say in the video. She's going to have a lot of anger because it could be malpractice. And then she's going to have a lot of confusion because she's like, why? What happened? Like, there's no clear answer to why her mother passed. And to have her home for 1 hour after spending 4 days in the hospital, come home for 1 hour and then die is really difficult to wrap your brain around. I'm definitely praying for peace for her. I hope that she's able to still connect with her mom, to be able to find a connection spiritually to her mom, and to be able to recognize signs, because her mom is still there. She's still here with her. Her mom will be with her forever. But she just has to learn how to communicate with her now, because now it's going to be different. So I am praying for her that she's able to figure that out and find some peace. If this video moved you in any way, please say something below in the comments. Yeah, let me know, what did you learn from this? What kind of experiences have you had? Anything that's similar? Until next time, this is Death Stories, Living Truth. Welcome to another episode of Death Stories, Living Truth. Welcome to my soul travelers. I am so grateful to have you, each and every one of you in this community. I'm just so grateful for. I just want to make sure you know that. So anyways, today's video is from @Phil and Alex, and this one is about, it says, my sister passed away. I have not watched the video yet, so I'm not sure what to expect. But if anything gets too heavy for you, or it's just too much, definitely take a break, step away, or go ahead and switch to the next video, okay? Make sure you take care of yourself. Check in. Make sure that you're okay. All right? Let's get started.
Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. We have not picked up the camera in 2 days, and we're totally okay with that. We've been going through a lot, and we're here today on this vlog to kind of explain a little bit of what's been going on. But right now, I want to tell you guys how awesome of a mom Alex is, because we are doing the cleaning. Look, there is no chairs and anything. They're all in there in the living room. We are sweeping the floors, we're vacuuming everything, we are steaming everything, and we're just kind of getting ourselves ready. And we're getting ready because we are flying next week, and we're going to a different state. So, in order for us to have the energy and the capacity to be able to clean and do this like whole day of getting the entire house organized, we are getting Alex's green juice. How is it?
It is not my good one. This
Why?
one is not good. This one is very green.
Friends, I have a higher
If you
tolerance.
are not
because she's pregnant, things are, you know, not as tasty, and I get that. And she has cravings.
It is not good. Taste it.
She pretty much has only cravings for Asian food right now.
Pretty much.
That's a lot of lemon.
No, it's all the greens.
That's
it's like
really
greeny,
good.
Very green.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna Hulk up here in like 3 seconds.
It's like too good for you. We do like
Makes your body good.
we do a lot of juices, but we're not crazy where
That's
we make
really
them
good.
like perfectly healthy.
really
We add
good.
like apples and beets and carrot and stuff. This is like just greens, apple, and lemon. Lots of greens. Lots and lots of greens.
I actually really enjoyed that. Alex, here's my goal. You gain 25 pounds, I lose 25 pounds.
Okay. I'm just gonna jump into it this morning. The reason we are getting this house all situated is because we were leaving for a few days. You guys saw a couple vlogs ago that we had our amazing news at our ultrasound. But what you didn't see is a few hours earlier, we got some news, and so here you can just see kind of what happened. So we are at the fertility clinic to do our ultrasound, which you probably saw a few vlogs ago. So I got a call this morning. It's unbelievable. I can't even say it because it's so unbelievable. Oh my gosh. I've been sobbing all morning, and so I haven't been able to pick up the camera, but I can't even say it. I couldn't even say it to you this morning.
Can we do it?
We found out this morning that that my sister passed away in her sleep last night unexpectedly. And we're not gonna share it. We don't even know why. And I feel like the only reason I would want to share it with you guys is just encouragement. You never know the last time that you're gonna be able to talk to someone. So if there's that friend or that family that you haven't talked to in a while and you think, I'll get around to it, I'll call them later, because you think for sure, of course you're gonna have later, of course you're gonna of course you're gonna have later. Why wouldn't you? So just encouragement to pick up that phone, text that friend, that family, that you love them. And I know it seems foreign, like, you know, I was in the same boat thinking, well, none of that would ever happen to me because my family's all fine. So just, that's all. I can't talk about it right now, but just encouragement for you guys. So as you saw, My sister passed away a few days ago, and we are going to be traveling out to go to her funeral. I know the number one question is going to be, what happened? We genuinely actually don't know what happened. They've done an autopsy, but the results take 6 to 12 weeks to come back. If there was anything overly obvious, that would have come back right away, but so it's going to take a while for us to know kind of what happened, but so that's why we've taken a few days off of vlogging and haven't talked to you guys a lot. Just life happens. So the girls are going to be staying here with Mimi and Papa, as well as some of our friends, as we go and travel across the country to go be with family. And let's move on to something else today, because I don't want to talk about it anymore.
That was really difficult. I could see how hard it was for her to even say the words. If you've ever felt that kind of emotion, I'm sure that you can empathize with her. And she is absolutely right. The number one thing is to definitely make sure everybody that you love knows you love them. Never hesitate, never wait. If there's something you want to say it now, because you never know. You never know. You might not wake up tomorrow. They might not wake up tomorrow. You just don't know. So yeah, if this moved you in any way, please say something in the comments. Let me know how you felt about this video. I will leave the creator in the description, so if you'd like to follow them, please do. I am praying for this woman. I am praying for peace. I am praying that they find answers, because it's hard to move through your process of grief when you don't have answers, when you don't really understand what happened. Even though understanding doesn't change what happened, understanding helps you move forward. And with grief, that's all you can do is move forward. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get stuck there. It's okay to feel the feelings, definitely feel them, cry, be emotional, but don't get stuck in that. You need to be able to move forward and move through the grief. It's never going away. She's going to grieve her sister until the day she dies, but she can still move forward and gain what knowledge she can from experiencing this type of tragedy. Until the next video, this has been Janae with Death Stories Living Truth.
Before you leave tonight, take one deep breath with me. Life is fragile, life is sacred, and none of us are promised tomorrow. So say the thing, make the call, forgive the person, live while you still can. Thank you for being here, soul travelers. Good night, and I will see you soon.